From spine-chilling Bigfoot encounters in the woods, to unsettling unknown creature sightings, and even footage of the mighty Yeti. If you're intrigued by the world of the unexplained, you're in for an extraordinary adventure as we explore each mysterious capture. Do you know the saying that kids can see things adults can't? Well, there's a video that might just prove it. In this video, a family was out in the woods on a trip, and their child spotted something in the distance. When the camera turned towards where the child was pointing, there was indeed a strange white figure among the trees. This figure wasn't moving and seemed to be quietly observing the family, and it gave off an eerie vibe. This mysterious creature looks a bit like a mummy because it's covered in what appears to be long strips of weight fabric, similar to how ancient mummies were wrapped. What do you think about this unusual creature? This video takes place in New Mexico, and it might make you a bit nervous about taking a nighttime drive on a country road. The footage was captured with a dash camera, showing the view of the road. As the vehicle continues on its way, something catches our attention on the roadside. At first, it seems like it might be just a white bag or something similar lying there. But as the vehicle gets closer, we can make out the head of this eerie creature. It's quite ghostly and appears to have a humanoid head hunched over on the side of the road. Its texture and color are white. What's really strange is that this creature doesn't seem to have any legs or a normal body. It's more like a lower snake-like part. Whatever it is, encountering something like this on a nighttime drive is definitely something most people would want to avoid. Have you ever had that eerie feeling that someone's watching you? Well, sometimes that feeling might be spot on. In this video, two friends were traveling from California to Arizona when they came across something really odd. While they were in a mountainous area, one of the friends noticed something lurking in the bushes on the mountain. They started recording, and in the footage, you can see a dark black creature in the distance, seemingly keeping an eye on them. This creature appears to have a humanoid head and resembles an ape or gorilla. However, it's puzzling because there were no nearby forests, and apes and gorillas typically live in forests. The friends claimed it might be a Bigfoot, but it's tough to say for sure due to the limited evidence. Trail cameras are pretty cool because they show us some amazing bits of nature we might not get to see in person. In this video, which was taken with a trail camera, we're looking at a snowy trail. However, there's something strange. As the video begins, a really tall stick-like figure starts moving in the distance. This figure is gigantic and has two long stick legs, and it doesn't seem to have a normal body. It's more like those stickman characters you might have seen. This stickman-like figure casually crosses the road, going about its day as if it's just a regular workday. It's a really strange sight, and I haven't even seen anything like this in movies. This video comes all the way from Russia, and it claims to show a real sighting of the legendary Yeti. In the video, we're in a snowy place, and then, out from behind a tree, a massive creature appears. When you see it, you'll notice just how big this creature is, especially when you compare it to the nearby trees. It's covered in white fur, which might make you think of a polar bear at first, but its sheer size is pretty startling and unusual. What's even more strange is that when this creature takes a few steps, you can see its entire body, and it's standing on two hind legs. Polar bears typically can't do that. So if it's not a polar bear, could it be the legendary Yeti? Or perhaps something even more mysterious and cryptic than that? A group of construction workers, busy with their pipe-laying job, started hearing unusual sounds coming from one of the sewer holes. They got curious and decided to investigate. In the video, you can hear the workers discussing the strange noises coming from the sewer.
Se lo juro que había algo ahí.
Nos devolvemos.
Créame que yo no lo hubiera llamado.
As they work, one of the workers, recording the scene, moves closer to the sewer hole to get a better look. Suddenly, a weird and creepy head pops out for just a moment before disappearing. This really spooks the workers, and they quickly step back, looking quite startled. Upon closer examination, that mysterious head appeared to be that of a lady ghost. It had a dark complexion and some very odd, alien-like eyes. After this eerie encounter, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these construction workers thought about quitting their jobs the next day. I think horses are some of the most loyal and powerful animals around, but there are things that can even frighten these strong-willed creatures. This video is from a horse stable, showing us the view of the stable with horses in it. Out of the blue, one of the horses gets spooked, as if it sensed some kind of danger nearby. All the other horses in the stable also become uneasy and anxious, like something has entered their space and is causing them fear. After a while, we get to see what's causing all this commotion. It turns out to be a strange, unknown creature. This peculiar entity comes into contact with one of the horses and seems to be doing something to it. The horse, after this encounter, is really scared and calls out for help. What do you think this odd-looking creature could be? Could it be a ghost? This video comes from a hiker who was out exploring the beauty of nature but stumbled upon something quite remarkable. In the video, we're looking at a scene with bushes, and there's someone standing behind those bushes. This figure or creature appears to be covered in black fur. At first, it seems like it might be a bear or a gorilla lurking behind the bushes. However, things take a surprising turn when this figure suddenly stands up, revealing that it's actually a humanoid figure. This unexpected sight spooked the hiker, who wisely decided to make a quick retreat to safety, just in case this strange being decided to follow. Many viewers of this video suggest that it could be the legendary Bigfoot, but the bushes concealing it make it a bit harder to say for certain. Regardless of what it might be, this creature's behavior did give off a somewhat eerie vibe. It's always a good idea to stay away from things you don't understand, or things that might be more powerful than you. This video takes place in Canada, and shows a snowy forest area. The person behind the camera seems quite alarmed, possibly because something is chasing them or making them nervous. The camera person zooms in on the woods in the distance, trying to capture whatever it is that's bothering them. Then, they spot a dark humanoid figure walking in the woods. Realizing this, the camera person decides to run away in a hurry. This figure, based on its towering height and the way it walks like a human, seems to resemble the legendary Bigfoot. The hiker also mentioned that they had seen this thing stalking them before, which explains why they were so frightened and uneasy before recording the video. This video was taken in Wessex back in 2007 using a traffic camera. In the video, we're looking at a Wessex highway with cars traveling as usual. Out of the blue, something very strange and fast across the highway. It crosses the road incredibly quickly, even leaping over the highway fence effortlessly. In terms of its appearance, this creature was quite eerie. It had a naked body and a hunched back, making it look somewhat like the mythical creature known as the Rake. Also, its body shape was oddly reminiscent of the Azawak dog breed, but it had a human-like head. The way it moved and its appearance gave it a posture and looked like a dog or a wolf, which has led some to wonder if it might be a werewolf. This video was shared on YouTube by the Viral Hog channel, and it shows a real and frightening encounter with a wild animal. In the video, we can see a hiker walking along a trail when suddenly he senses something or hears a noise that makes him start running. After a bit of running, he looks back and realizes that it's a mountain lion. The mountain lion appears to be in a predatory mode, ready to pounce on the hiker at any moment. To scare the mountain lion away, the hiker starts shouting loudly.
Hey! Rah! Rah!
This shouting technique actually works, and the mountain lion retreats into the bushes. It's a good thing the hiker reacted quickly to the situation, because it's hard to imagine what might have happened if he hadn't. You've probably seen many videos of mysterious creatures caught on camera, but have you ever witnessed a strange creature sighting on live TV? In this video, it's during an interview on a popular TV channel where a lady is talking about a rally track. While she's giving the interview, something peculiar is happening in the background. There's a ghostly figure floating near the lady's head, and this figure doesn't have a clear, definite shape. It's slowly changing into an irregular form. At first glance, it might seem like a ghostly figure, but there's also a reasonable explanation. It could simply be the lady's hair, and it appears that way due to the quality of the camera. However, no matter what it is, it's undeniably a strange and unexpected sight. This family was enjoying their summer vacation on their farmhouse when they came across something truly unusual. In the video recorded by family, we're looking at a field, and in the distance, there's a dark, furred, humanoid figure strolling along. You can hear the family's voices, filled with confusion and amazement, as they try to figure out what this creature might be.
You did.
What on earth?
That's not a deer.
You did. That can't be that's not a cow. It's walking on 2 feet.
This creature doesn't quite match anything they're familiar with. While it might look a bit like a bear, gorilla, or ape, the way it walks and carries itself doesn't resemble any of those animals. The person who uploaded the video, one of the family members, firmly believed that this was an actual sighting of Bigfoot, mainly because of its tall and human-like appearance. What do you think about this mighty creature? Hearing strange and eerie noises in the pitch-black darkness can be quite frightening, and that's exactly what these kids experienced. In the video, there's a brother and sister recording something in the darkness when suddenly a really scary and weird noise, like rumbling and screaming, breaks out.
Wait, I see something. It's coming towards. What's that white thing? Look at it on the iPad.
The sister thinks it might sound like an animal in distress or calling for help. The brother, on the other hand, notices something moving in the distance and mentions that he sees something coming toward them.
Wait, I see something. It's coming towards.
It's indeed a strange and unsettling encounter. Many questions arise, such as why these kids are out there in the pitch darkness late at night, and where their parents might be. This video is like something out of a scary nightmare for many of us. It was recorded at a pipeline station, where the camera person was inspecting the pipeline with a flashlight. While they were busy inspecting, something suddenly emerged from behind the pipeline structure and started running. This creature was hunched over and entirely naked, without any fur on its body. It moved in a really eerie way, with its 2 hands almost touching the ground as it ran. This creature resembled a cryptid monster that might have been lurking around behind these pipelines for some time. Some viewers who watched this video suggested it might be a ghoul, but it didn't quite match the typical appearance of a ghoul, especially because of its strong hunched back. This was indeed a very strange and unsettling encounter. Parents often install nanny cams to keep an eye on their children and ensure their safety. However, in this video, something very eerie and bizarre was captured. The nanny cam recorded this video at 3 in the morning, showing a view of a hallway. In the video, we can hear scratching and banging noises, which are really unsettling. Then, a strange figure's outline appears in the darkness in front. What follows are truly scary sounds, like heavy, anxious breathing and sniffing, as if some possessed animal is breathing nervously. After these strange noises, there's a loud bang, and the room door suddenly opens. As the door opens, the figure goes inside the room, and that's where the video ends. I can only imagine the fear and concern the parents must have felt after seeing this unknown creature wandering around near their children's room like that. If you're not a fan of jump scares or being startled, I should give you a heads up that there's a bit of a jump scare in this dashcam video. In the video, we're looking at the view from a car's dashcam as it's speeding down the road. The car is going really fast and picking up even more speed. Despite this high speed, the driver seems to have good control over the car. But out of the blue, a figure suddenly appears right in front of the car, and there's no time for the driver to brake. So the car goes right through this figure. The strange thing is that this ghostly-looking figure seems to come out of nowhere, and when the car goes through it, there's no sound or impact. After that, the camera goes kind of dark. This ghostly figure had a human-like shape, was wearing a black shirt, had no face, and its whole body looked like a witch. Whether it was a ghost or a person, it's always a good idea to drive slowly and safely. If you've never been a believer in the existence of aliens and UFOs, watching this video might change your mind. This video shows 3 peculiar lights up in the sky. What's really odd about these lights is that they form a perfect triangle and move swiftly around. Additionally, the lights seem to flicker, going from dim to shining brightly, giving the impression of some kind of aircraft. The person who posted this video, along with many others, believes that this is a sighting of a UFO. However, there's another logical explanation. It's possible that these are 3 drones, controlled by a computer, and their formation is programmed to be that way. Regardless of what it might be, it's certainly got the attention of the locals. This video might seem a bit puzzling, and it could be a camera glitch or the result of 2 videos overlapping. In the video, we see a bedroom door that is open. After a while, a figure resembling a child enters through the door. This figure moves around a bit, and then exits the room. After some time, the same childlike figure enters the room again and seems to play around. From a paranormal perspective, it could look like a child ghost. But if we take a logical view, it might be due to the overlap of 2 videos, one showing an empty room and the other with the child playing. What do you think it could be? If you're a hiker on your own, it's a good idea to heed this advice. Avoid venturing deep into the woods like the person in this video. In the video, we see the hiker walking and enjoying the peaceful surroundings near a waterfall. While recording the beautiful scenery, the hiker pans the camera in a different direction and notices a person standing there, just staring at the hiker. The hiker spots this human-like figure and talks about it in their own language.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow, sino ka po?
This figure continues to stare at the hiker for a few moments, before eventually deciding to walk away. The figure's calm and stalking behavior was quite unsettling and gives off an eerie vibe. If I were in the hiker's place, I would have quickly made my exit the moment I saw this creepy figure following me. Most Bigfoot sightings on the internet feature low-resolution footage taken from a significant distance, making it challenging to assess their credibility. However, this video is a rare exception, shot in high definition. It unfolds in the area of Banff National Park in Alberta, Canada, offering a glimpse of a snow-covered forest recorded by a hiker. The hiker is aiming the camera toward an enormous, hairy figure lurking in the distance. This creature appears to be massive and towers over the nearby trees. Its thick fur adds to the imposing image, and it gives off the impression that it might be stalking the hiker. Even in the absence of any aggressive behavior, the sheer presence of this formidable beast is quite terrifying. The question remains, was this creature the legendary Bigfoot, or could it be something even more sinister? People have talked about goblins for a long time, often in stories and legends. After watching this video, some might start thinking that goblins could actually exist. The video was recorded by a biker wearing a GoPro camera on their helmet, giving us a special view. In the video, we follow the biker as they ride along a trail, their motorcycle making a loud noise. Out of nowhere, a small, naked, human-like figure appears in the distance. This creature notices the approaching biker and tries to hide in the nearby bushes. The biker, curious about this strange sight, stops the motorcycle and tries to see where this mysterious creature has gone. This little creature, with its small size, exposed skin, and odd look, does resemble what some people might call a goblin. But the big question is, why was this goblin-like creature in that place? Was it searching for hidden treasures, or did it have some other unsettling reason for being there? This video takes us to the Mojave Desert, where an oil field worker captured something unusual while on the job. While working at the site, the worker noticed movement in the distance that drew their attention. They quickly started recording, and managed to capture a truly scary sight. In the video, we see a tall, humanoid figure slowly walking along a trail. The creature's gait is peculiar, and it appears to be hunched over. Its long, elongated hands are reminiscent of a Bigfoot. After a brief stroll, the mysterious being disappears behind a bush. Some viewers have speculated that it could be a skinwalker, but based on the creature's appearance, it seems more likely that it was a local forest-dwelling Bigfoot. Whatever it was, it undeniably presented a strange and mysterious sight. This video is like something from a nightmare. It was recorded by a security camera and shows a view of a house driveway. Right at the beginning of the video, a humanoid creature that walks on all fours comes into view as it approaches the house. As this creature gets closer to the camera, its appearance becomes clear. It is completely naked with a human-like body. At first glance, you might think it's just a person acting strangely. But the way this creature moves on all fours, hunched over, is incredibly unusual. It displays remarkable agility as it moves all around the house, coming into the view of multiple cameras. The motives of this eerie cryptid remain unknown, but I'm quite certain that they were far from friendly. Two friends were out for a night ride on their snowmobile in the Canadian wilderness, and they ended up having an unforgettable experience. This video, likely recorded with a GoPro or a mobile phone, shows their snowmobile traveling through the snowy forest. The light from their vehicle illuminates their path, and they have their loyal dog with them. They're having a good time, riding through the snow, when suddenly, their dog starts barking and acting anxious.
What are you barking at?
The friends are puzzled at first, trying to figure out what's bothering their dog. Then, out of the darkness, something truly eerie becomes visible. A tall, humanoid figure standing there. The friends quickly realize what their dog sensed, and they hit the gas, speeding away from this strange and scary encounter. This humanoid figure appeared to be skinny and exceptionally tall, just standing there, possibly waiting for who knows what. It was a truly chilling experience. This video takes place in Surfside, Texas, where a brave cat finds itself in a fight for survival against a relentless coyote. In the video, we witness a cat desperately fleeing from this aggressive attack, knowing fully well that its life depends on this. The cat eventually decides to make a stand, attempting to intimidate the persistent coyote, but the attacker remains committed to its chase. The cat, in a bid to escape, tries to climb a fence. However, as the cat struggles on the fence, the coyote seizes it in its mouth, trying to pull it down. In a remarkable display of courage, the cat fights back, leaping onto the coyote with its claws extended. The attacker is taken aback by the cat's resistance and jumps back. Seizing the opportunity, the cat swiftly climbs a porch pillar, and the coyote, seeing the tables turned, eventually gives up the chase. This cat's bravery and determination to fight for survival are truly inspiring, offering a lesson for us humans to never give up easily, no matter the odds. Imagine, you wake up one day, step out onto your balcony, and direct your gaze towards the sky, only to be greeted by an unusual square-shaped object hovering up there. In this video, captured by a resident from their apartment balcony, we're treated to a sky view that showcases this square flying object. This peculiar object stands out as it lacks the conventional features we associate with known aircraft. Adding to its mystique, the object seems to remain perfectly still without any discernible movement. For those observing this video, the notion that this could be an unidentified flying object comes to mind. However, the absence of movement raises questions about its true nature. Some might speculate that it's a weather forecasting device undergoing testing, but without concrete evidence, the mystery remains unsolved. This footage was captured by a home security camera in New Mexico, and it showcases the appearance of an unidentified humanoid creature. The creature was reportedly moving in a southern direction. In the security camera recording, we witness a humanoid figure sprinting across the driveway in a fraction of a second. This creature's physical characteristics and posture are undeniably strange. It possesses a hunched back, very thin legs, and appears completely naked. The head of this creature even resembles that of an alien. However, the video quality is somewhat blurry when zoomed in, preventing us from making a definitive identification. Regardless, the presence of such a creature in one's driveway would undoubtedly be an unsettling experience. This video, originating from Russia, showcases the sheer force of nature in action. Recorded by a mountain climber, the footage captures a distant mountain peak adorned with trees. What's particularly intriguing is that one of the trees starts moving in an unusual and unsettling manner, as if someone with immense strength is holding and swaying it on the peak. This peculiar straight-line movement suggests a powerful force at play, possibly a colossal, unidentified forest creature. While one plausible explanation could be a feller buncher, a heavy machinery used for cutting trees, the tree's eerie motion remains quite mysterious. Trail cameras are fantastic for capturing the unseen mysteries of the woods, but sometimes they reveal things we weren't meant to witness. In this nighttime trail camera footage, a group of deer stands attentively, clearly spooked by something lurking in the dark ahead. Suddenly, a shadowy figure emerges, its body reflecting the light from the trail camera. The deer remain on high alert, fixated on this mysterious presence. Just as swiftly as it appears, the shadowy creature vanishes into the darkness once more. This encounter was undeniably unsettling for these unsuspecting deer, and one can only hope they remained safe from this enigmatic entity. Have you ever heard of the creature known as Mothman? Mothman sightings were reported in the Point Pleasant area from 1966 to 1968, and newspapers were filled with accounts of these appearances. Mothman is a creature with a combination of humanoid and moth-like features, and its appearance can be quite scary and unsettling. But if you think you're safe now because the last sighting was in the 1960s, you might be mistaken. This video comes from Iran, where a villager investigates strange noises emanating from a nearby mountain. As he approaches with a flashlight, he spots a truly eerie figure resembling Mothman perched on the peak ahead. The creature has a red head and is enveloped in wings, and the reflection of its eyes in the flashlight's beam is particularly chilling. this video adds yet another mysterious creature to the list of things that give me the creeps. I don't understand why explorers often choose to explore the scariest and most dangerous places, and sometimes they do it at night. This video is from an abandoned property that an explorer decided to investigate. In this particular video, the explorer is exploring a cabin deep within the woods. As they venture inside, they suddenly hear a truly unsettling scream that seems to come straight out of a demon's nightmares. This blood-curdling scream startles the explorer, causing them to step back. After mustering up some courage, the explorer decides to record inside the cabin, and we catch a glimpse of the demon-like creature. It appears to be a small humanoid creature with naked skin, and it gives off a hostile and protective vibe, guarding its territory and warning the explorer to stay away. We should be grateful that the explorer heeded the demon's warning and didn't venture inside, as who knows what might have happened if they did. One of my biggest fears is strange occurrences in the sky, and this video is like a scene from a nightmare. Recorded in California, the video captures a bizarre, eerie noise emanating from the night sky.
What could be the cause of that?
The sound is deep, with an eerie echo, and it includes loud rumbling. Some viewers have suggested that it might be caused by heavy construction machinery, which could be a reasonable explanation. However, the sound seems to spread oddly in the open sky, making it challenging to pinpoint the source. Additionally, there are no visible structures in the video that could reflect the sound and create such noises. This noise was truly strange, and if it's a rare natural phenomenon, I hope someone can shed light on it by leaving a comment below so we can all learn more about it. Imagine you're in your apartment, fast asleep, and suddenly you hear strange noises coming from the roof. You decide to step outside to investigate, and to your surprise, you spot a creepy creature perched up there, staring right at you. In a video, we can see the creature on the roof of an apartment building. It's quite large, but it's hard to make out its appearance due to the darkness. This creature is fixedly gazing at the person recording the video. What's truly eerie about these encounters is that we have no idea what these creatures want or what their intentions might be. Hopefully, this creature was just curious about the weather up there and returned to wherever it came from. It's not a good idea to venture into the dark with just a flashlight when you hear strange noises. In a video, a couple heard something outside their house and decided to record as they checked out the source of the noise. The wife walked around and inspected the property while the husband joined her. While she was checking around, she shone her flashlight on the storage room door, and there, a face appeared. This face didn't look human, it resembled a cryptid. Surprisingly, the wife didn't notice it while taking this video. Only once she checked the recording again did she spot that strange thing. It was quite scary to think that this cryptid was lurking in the darkness, and the couple still hadn't seen it. We all adore those charming chicken coops, but bears seem to have an even greater affection for them as they enjoy wandering around and searching for chickens. In this video captured by a Ring camera, a bear is seen in the backyard of a house. The bear strolls casually, examining the structures in the backyard. After a thorough look, the bear becomes interested in the chicken coop. At first, it appears as though the bear is just inspecting it, but then it attempts to open the coop in hopes of finding some tasty chickens to eat. However, just as the bear was figuring out how to open the coop, the homeowner notices it. The homeowner does the smart thing. Startled, the bear hears and sees the owner, and it quickly runs away. I'm relieved for the chickens that they are safe, but I can't help but feel a bit sorry for the bear, as it didn't get the food it was after. A series of video clips posted by a TikTok user suggests that their family might have been stalked by a cryptid creature. In these videos, two kids are seen playing in their backyard, close to the woods. Their mother is recording their playtime, but she begins to feel uneasy, sensing that someone or something is watching them. She directs her camera towards the woods and spots a strange figure lurking behind a tree. If that weren't eerie enough, the same figure is seen again the following day, now standing right behind their shed and still observing the kids. Upon closer examination, the figure appears to be faceless, resembling the unsettling Slenderman. It's hard to imagine the anxiety and fear that the parents must have felt, knowing that this cryptid creature was lurking nearby, potentially posing a threat to their children. This drone footage was captured by a person named Kristen in 2023 in Norway, and he claims to have recorded a sighting of an unidentified flying object. In the video, we can enjoy the beautiful cityscape view, but suddenly, an object with bright lights zips past the drone camera's frame. The speed at which this object accelerates is astonishing, and its lights seem to turn off simultaneously. Based on the arrangement of the lights, it appears to be in the shape of a dish. Some viewers might argue that this could be one of Elon Musk's Starlink satellites, but such satellites cannot move as swiftly or fly at such low altitudes. Similarly, it doesn't resemble a conventional plane, as planes require more distance to accelerate. So, if it wasn't a satellite or a plane, the question remains. This video was captured by a home security camera during the nighttime. In the footage, we get a view of the area outside the main door of the house. Suddenly, a smoky figure materializes from the left side of the frame, moves to the right, and then disappears into thin air. This was a rather peculiar sight, and towards the end of the video, we see it again, albeit fainter this time. It's challenging to definitively classify this as a spirit or a ghost, as it could also be interpreted as smoke from a nearby campfire due to its smoky appearance. However, the homeowner firmly denies this possibility, stating that it was night and there was no one in their neighborhood lighting a campfire at such an hour. According to the homeowner, this was indeed a sighting of a spirit. Encounters with unexplained creatures can indeed be quite unsettling, and this was the case for these individuals who came across a peculiar sea creature washed up on the beach. Right from the beginning, the creature appeared to have a face resembling that of a bulldog, but possessed a rather skinny humanoid body. Its hands featured large claws, and its feet were equally strange in appearance. What truly sent shivers down their spines were its teeth, sharp and predatory, suggesting that this creature might have been a hunter. The creature was also a pale white color, and its legs appeared to be separated from its body, even though they were found washed up alongside it. What truly left me pondering is the enigma of what kind of strange creature could have caused such an unusual fate to this unknown being. Humans use mirrors to view their reflections, and we understand that it's merely an image of ourselves. But have you ever wondered what animals think when they encounter their own reflection? In this trail camera video, a mirror is placed in the middle of a forest, and a black bear approaches it. Upon seeing its reflection, the bear attempts to attack it. The bear does its best to confront the reflection, although it ultimately can't harm it. It's fascinating to witness how animals can be so protective of themselves that they even try to attack their own reflection when it appears so lifelike. Observing this behavior makes one wonder how humans might have reacted to mirrors before mirrors were invented. Kangaroos are amazing creatures to watch. They have that unique hopping walk and those adorable pouches, but they can also be quite tough and fierce. In a video, a kangaroo was holding a dog hostage, which was visibly distressed. The kangaroo had a strong grip on the dog's neck, and the dog struggled to break free. Then, the dog's owner stepped in to handle the situation. He rushed towards the kangaroo, and the kangaroo let go of the dog, getting ready for a fight. The dog owner took a boxing stance and delivered a punch to the kangaroo's face, which seemed efficient as the kangaroo was taken aback by the punch and seemed surprised. After being punched, the kangaroo decided to back off and retreat. It was a captivating encounter, but I couldn't help but sympathize with the scared dog during that moment. Also, his video underscores how strong and formidable kangaroos can be. This video was captured by a home security camera that's well protected behind steel bars to prevent theft. In the video, which was taken at night, we can see a mysterious figure in the foreground. This figure appears humanoid, but is entirely covered in white. What makes this cryptid particularly unsettling is the way it moves. It seems to be bent backward, crawling on both hands and legs. While it could possibly be a person in a white suit, the peculiar and challenging way this creature crawls makes it seem very strange. Just picture going outside at night and encountering a creature moving like that in your front yard. Bears are known to be fierce and protective animals, and they won't hesitate to attack if they feel threatened. However, this video demonstrates how relaxed they can be around humans when they feel comfortable. The video was taken at a forest safari camp, where tourists were busy taking photos and videos of a massive, hefty bear. This bear was casually strolling along the trail as if it were just a regular day for it. It walked past the tourists without any concern and, after a while, turned around and headed back the way it came. Seeing such a huge and powerful creature from such a close distance was truly an exciting and captivating experience. Have you ever wanted to witness such massive creatures up close as well? Coming across a strange creature is unsettling, but being stalked by one takes the fear to a whole new level because you don't even know what they want and what their intentions are. In this particular video, a dog can be seen barking in the distance at some bushes. As the dog barks, a creature's head peeks out from the bushes. This creature seems to be watching the house, and now that the dog has noticed it, the creature is staring back at the dog. The video quality isn't very good, so we can't make out the creature's appearance clearly, but from a distance it looks dark, and its head seems to have a human-like shape. Dogs have sharp senses and often detect trouble before it's visible, so this stalking creature might pose a threat or something even more ominous. The video starts off with a man who had his camera zoomed in on something. He was watching something from his window and found it unusual. Therefore, he tried capturing the thing on the camera. The short video might be blurry and of low quality, but one thing is quite clear in it, that there is a scary creature standing there in the wild. We cannot make out what the creature was, but one thing is for sure, the man was shocked to his core. Maybe it was a creepy stalker, or maybe it was something else. According to the man, he was too scared to record any further, and left the house the first thing the next morning too. And thus, the mystery remains. Hunting can be a fun sport until you come face to face with the grave danger of the world in the wild. This is exactly what happened to this man. He was busy with elk hunting when he felt someone sneaking up on him, and moments later he could clearly see that it was a mountain lion. With a gun in his hand, the man started backing off, but the lion was in the mood for a hearty meal today. Luckily, the man had a gun in his hand and used it at the very right moment. The lion backed off, or else it would have ended pretty badly. However, it took 2 bullets for that beast to get scared and decide that it can hunt humans someday later, when they do not have weapons with them. Apparently, someone was randomly flying their drone in the neighborhood, trying to capture the pretty scene around it. However, what they came across was something they were not expecting at all. Recorded in a park in the USA, this video captured a weird creature wandering around. At first, it looked like just a man, but when the camera zoomed in a bit, it became clear that it was not a human being. With a skin covered with hair and a physique like that, the creature was just something else. When the clip was uploaded on the internet, people were quick to claim that it was Bigfoot. By the looks of it, the creature does look exactly like what a Bigfoot would. So does that mean that the famous Bigfoots are real and lurking around us without us knowing? Where it can be true, there is always a chance that it was a man with a costume on or something. The video starts off with a man recording some creature hiding in the bushes, while his dog is nearby, barking at the creature. For a few seconds, the creature kept hiding. It had dark-colored skin. Therefore, it was clear it wasn't a lion. The probabilities pointed towards it being a bear, but it is unlikely for bears to show such behavior. It was when the creature came out of its sneaking spot that it became clear that it was a wolf, and not just a wolf, but the biggest wolf anyone had ever seen. It looked like a deadly beast straight out of a horror fiction. For the next couple of seconds, it followed around the dog, and the dog clearly knew that it had no chance against the mighty beast. The video ended right there, and we could not see if the wolf went away or if it ended in any other way. However, as it looked like, the dire wolf did not look like in a mood to hunt the dog or its owner filming everything nearby. About a minute long, this clip captured something that shocked everyone who saw it when it was uploaded on YouTube. Titled as "Running Bigfoot," the video made rounds for months, with everyone coming up with their own theories about the clip and the creature it featured. It starts off with a camera whose holder appears to be shaking as he could not hold the camera steadily, and it takes a second to see the reason behind it too. There was a scary creature roaming around in the woods, which the man was trying to capture on his camera, even though the situation was quite dangerous considering the size of the creature. The man stays at a safe distance while following the creature who apparently was rushing off to somewhere, therefore noticing no one around it. After watching the clip, there were multiple theories ranging from it being proof of Bigfoot's existence, to others saying it is a result of the unusual experiments humans have been doing on animals. We leave it up to you guys to decide which it was for this clip. These guys were out on their hunting expedition when they had an unexpected visitor. A grizzly bear passing by saw them and was intrigued enough to come closer and have a look. The men, on the other hand, were shocked to see this apex predator approaching them so casually and knew they had to do something. The bear, who at first looked just intrigued with no intention of harming the humans, suddenly tried charging at them. But the men, being professionals, knew how to handle it and scared the bear away by charging at it first.
You get!
Or maybe they were just lucky that those actions were enough to scare it away. Moreover, the men were professionals, so they handled the situation well. There was no way anyone else would have successfully forced one of the deadliest animals to retreat like that.
Hit!
Recorded in Mount St. Helens, Washington a couple of years ago, this clip recorded a creature in an absolutely remote area. At first, the men were recording the trees and the dust that just started rising out of nowhere, but then they spotted something in the back. As they zoomed in, they immediately knew the reason behind everything suspicious that had been happening in the area. There was a huge creature with a human-like walk, rushing away to somewhere. As it appeared, the creature had dark-colored skin and was the size of a human easily as well. It could be just a human with black overalls on. However, as the men zoomed in further and if we slowed it down a bit, we could see that even the face was covered in black hair or something. This leads us to only two possibilities. Either it was a Bigfoot that the men accidentally captured, or it was a man in a costume trying to prank others. This video was captured by a hiker exploring the Canadian Mount Temple, and it showcases a rather peculiar sight. In the footage, we see a dry, rocky mountain landscape with something resembling a shadowy step or presence approaching from a distance. Strangely, this mysterious entity appears to cause the sedimentary rocks on the ground to shift as it moves. As it draws nearer, the backpack lying on the ground appears to react to its presence, and then the enigmatic entity passes by the camera person before disappearing. What's intriguing is that wherever this entity traverses, it seems to lift these sedimentary rocks. I don't believe it's some kind of invisible hobbit or ghost causing this. Instead, it might be something like a small tornado, close to the ground, that's capable of lifting these tiny rocks along its path, because when it approaches the backpack, it appears as though there's a sudden burst of strong wind. A combination of a desolate road cutting through a dense forest at night can certainly set the stage for a spine-chilling encounter, and that's precisely what unfolds in this video. Here, we witness a car navigating a desolate forest road, its headlights piercing through the darkness. However, as the car makes a turn and proceeds forward, something swift darts across the road right in front of the vehicle. Upon closer examination, with slowed down and zoomed in footage, it becomes apparent that this creature bears a striking resemblance to a werewolf, displaying its characteristic physical features. It moves with remarkable speed and possesses a considerable size, vanishing from view in the blink of an eye. What makes this encounter truly hair-raising is the fact that the driver was alone on this isolated road. And as legends go, werewolves are not known for their friendliness towards humans. This video, shared by a Facebook user who goes by the name Colliamed, claims to capture footage of Bigfoot during a camping trip in Alaska's boreal forest. In the video, we see the person behind the camera attempting to conceal themselves while recording a large, dark, and seemingly massive black figure moving in the distance. This enigmatic figure briefly appears in the frame for just a few seconds before disappearing into the woods. Some might argue that it could be a large ape or gorilla, but what sets this being apart is its walking posture. It appears to move in a more humanoid manner rather than the typical gait of a gorilla or ape. Furthermore, the sheer size and massive body frame of this creature seem to align more with the legendary description of Bigfoot. What are your thoughts on this intriguing footage? A mother posted a video on Facebook explaining that while she was out grocery shopping, her son had taken her phone and recorded himself. The intention was simply to capture some fun moments, but the video ended up revealing something deeply unsettling. In the video, the child is seen happily recording himself. However, as he moves through the hallway and into a room, something truly strange appears. There are a pair of eyes on the ceiling behind him. These eyes emit an eerie, glowing light and convey a sense of dread. The boy continues past without noticing them. Towards the end of his recording, as he sets the phone down to finish, something even more unsettling appears in the corner of the frame. A dark, shadowy figure standing there. What makes this truly creepy is that the boy was alone at home, and his mother had just gone out for a quick trip to the grocery store. It's safe to say that after this experience, the mother might think twice about leaving her child alone in such circumstances. This video comes from Spain and depicts the aftermath of a road accident. In the footage, we can see paramedics and first responders tending to injured individuals scattered around the scene. Additionally, there's a bus that appears to be involved in the accident. Amidst all this commotion, there's an observer lurking in the background, unnoticed by everyone on the scene, but captured by the camera. Upon closer examination, achieved by zooming in and pausing the video, it becomes apparent that this lurker is a humanoid creature, completely naked. Its features bear a resemblance to that of a skinwalker, and it possesses long arms. The unsettling question that arises is, why is this skinwalker there, lurking in the shadows? Is it waiting for someone to become separated from the group so it can pounce? Or could it have had some involvement in causing the accident in the first place? The mystery surrounding the presence of this enigmatic creature adds a chilling layer to an already distressing situation. Bears might look like creatures which humans can cuddle and make a pet of, but in reality, they are far more dangerous than any other animal in the wild. One hit from that sharp claw, and the prey is done for all. However, there are times when these grizzly bears meet professional humans experienced in handling apex predators. For instance, these men had a bear following them on a hill. At first, they tried backing off, thinking that the bear would go away, but seeing the beast had no intentions of going back, they came up with a plan. One of the men went a little forward towards the bear, shouting at it to get off the hill, and then the man attempted to charge at it, which scared the bear away.
Get up that hill! Get up that hill! Go on, get up the hill! Get out of here!
However, there is always a chance that it was pure luck that the plan worked, and it might not work all the time. They say not to go out at night because the beasts wander around at that time, but some people don't take others seriously. Just like this man who decided to go for a walk on one of the darkest nights ever, accompanied only by his flashlight. As he ventured deeper into the woods, he started sensing something weird around him. However, not paying much attention, he continued doing what he was doing. A minute passed, and a scary creature's face appeared right in front of him. It was behind a tree, and the face appeared to be glowing white. Honestly, anyone who is alone at night deep in the dark woods and sees something like this would be freaked out, and so was this guy. He ran as fast as he could without even stopping for a second to look back and inquire if what he saw was real or not. It could just be his mind playing tricks on him, and on us too. Uploaded on TikTok, this clip showed a creature that perfectly fit the definition of a Bigfoot. It was huge, had skin covered with hair all over, and was hiding in the trees. According to the man who uploaded it, this was a legit Bigfoot, and he had seen it before too. However, if we look at the video more carefully, it looks more like the creature was stalking the man while the man was recording it. Maybe the creature got offended by the man's presence, or maybe it was planning on how to get rid of him. Whichever the cause, the internet was swarmed with arguments about the authenticity of this clip. To some, it was just a fake, as the creature could be a man in a costume standing there, while to others, it was part of a plan by the government to cause controversy and distract people from more important issues. The video starts off with a bear in front of a pigsty, trying to figure out a way inside. The struggle goes on for minutes, with the bear inspecting every corner and finding out the easiest way to get in. The pig, on the other hand, seemed to be observing the bear. After a whole lot of struggling and observing, the bear finally managed to get inside, only to be welcomed with a direct confrontation. The other pig, who was inside at first, also came out and took matters into its own hands. The bear received blow after blow, and then decided that it was better off outside, so it rushed back outside the way it came in and stayed there for a while, observing both pigs and contemplating its chances of survival if it tried to get into the pigsty again. The video ended with the bear still standing there. Let's just hope either the owner came to help or the bear itself decided to leave the pigs alone. A man was kayaking one day when he saw the scariest sight ever. The water around his boat started splashing out of nowhere, as if someone was doing it, but there was nothing to be seen. It was just around his boat at first, but then the same thing started to happen in different spots nearby too, forcing the man to think that there was a huge sea monster trying to attack. He hit it with his paddle, but it was of no use. Moreover, the muddy water made it difficult to see what was happening underneath. The whole situation looks scary, and for a person who does not know the real cause behind it, it can be a nightmare. The reason behind this unusual splashing of water could be manatees. They tend to exhibit such behavior, and many fishermen have witnessed this. But with more than half of the ocean undiscovered, we can never underestimate the existence of a sea monster either. People claim that mermaids belong to mythical and fantasy worlds. However, every once in a while, we get proof of their existence, which makes us have second thoughts about the facts. Take this clip, for instance, recorded by two men out at sea at night. The clip shows a patch of water glowing blue. At first, it might look like just someone with a flashlight inside the water, but then, as the clip continues, a creature appears on the screen. Even though the clip is a little blurry, we can make out the tail and the human-like body. It was swimming away, and the water seems to be glowing due to the creature as well. Was it a mermaid, or was it a hoax? No one could tell, as the men who uploaded it kept claiming that what they saw was definitely a real-life mermaid. This 40-second long video was a nightmare for the husband and wife who were out with their little kid when a bear started following them. At first, they tried shouting at it, thinking that would somehow scare it away, but the bear seemed determined and kept following.
Go!
Hey!
Go!
Hey!
Go!
Go home!
However, it was not charging at them. It was just walking at a slow speed. The man told his wife to hold their son and walk faster so they could get away from it, while all the kid was interested in was if they could play dead, just as he must have heard in the stories.
Can we play dead now? Can we play dead?
Griffin?
Luckily, they were able to leave the bear behind without triggering an attack or anything, and got back safely. The encounter, although it must have left a mark on the family, was something they would never forget. Apparently, someone who was skiing in the mountains happened to capture a weird sight. What they claimed was that it was a Bigfoot they had recorded on their camera. The clip, when uploaded on the internet, raised a lot of questions by the viewers about the existence of Bigfoot. The clip appears to show a hairy, brown, and large creature taking a stroll on the mountain. The creature seems to have a lot of similarity to what a Bigfoot is like, so we cannot just disregard the claims either. Moreover, the clip was recorded in a rather remote area where most people wouldn't even go, so the idea of a human being there sounds suspicious. But is it really a Bigfoot? Or just a very good hoax? Or maybe a case of misinterpreted identity? The video surely provides food for thought for the viewers, and a reason to go and research this not-so-mythical creature and its sightings. Imagine going to Disneyland and capturing a spooky sight there with no explanation ever given by anyone for it. This man experienced this when he was in Disneyland and spotted a mysterious smoke ring in the sky. Not just him, but almost every person was there intrigued by it. Several different theories were put forward as to what the ring could be. Some people speculated whether it would be possible to fake the video. Other people thought it might have been a strange weather phenomenon. The shape is said to have remained in the sky for 3 minutes, and it's very rare that a cloud circle that perfect would remain without being blown away at that height. Do let us know if you guys have any logical explanation for this spooky phenomenon. The woods and the wild will always have mysteries you have never even imagined in your life. The woman was passing by when she spotted this creature on camera, and just like others in today's video, she kept claiming it was a Bigfoot. According to her, she was in quite a remote place, and no one goes there usually. What the clip showed was a huge brown figure with hair all over its body, which we can describe as a creepy humanoid as well, who decided to run away as soon as it saw the woman. It appeared to be walking like a human, so there is a big chance that it must be someone in a costume, because there is no reason for a beast to run away as it spots a human being, and for a human to not be scared when encountering such a deadly beast. This scary video was recorded by a person who decided to visit the ruins of an old place right in the middle of the woods at night. Such places are only known for the worst events, yet humans sometimes cannot resist their curious nature. The man was recording it all using his flashlight when he spotted something weird at one spot. As he focused his camera there, a scary creature appeared in sight. A wolf, like being with hair on his face and all over the body, was looking straight toward the man. The creature did not look like a human. neither completely like a wolf or any other animal. It waited for a few seconds before coming toward the man, who, in turn, ran for his life as fast as he could. When the video hit the internet, everyone was quick to point out the fact that the creature looked very similar to what a werewolf would be like. However, with no concrete proof, these claims and theories just remained claims and theories. A family kept sensing weird activities in their home, and to make sure if the house was haunted or not, they set up cameras everywhere. And what the camera recorded shocked them all. A creature appears from the right side and keeps moving around here and there for a few seconds before disappearing from sight. It looked like a creepy ghost of a kid, probably. The family, on the other hand, after watching this, decided to move out of the place immediately, now that what they had always sensed appeared to be quite true. However, there is a big chance that it was just their little kid pulling out some creepy pranks on them. If you want to see more strange footage, then watch this.